socks and leaning sneakers. Okay.
And I'm not trying to say that right now is as good as Attitude Era is, but if we were given the Attitude Era right now as adults, do you think we'd be as critical? Like, for instance, you think the adults that were talking about wrestling, how we are now, back in the Attitude Era, do you think they found their little shit that they were like, I didn't like how Val Venus came out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they talked about it just how we talk about wrestling now.
That's literally what it was.
Yeah.
We have to understand, we're debating people like we debated the old heads about the golden era.
Yes, about the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan take out Stone Cold Steve. You're fucking ridiculous.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. That's what it is.
We get nasty too. He beat his ass in real life. I'll beat your ass for saying.
We have to realize we're going to have 2 generations of defending what is our legend of the time.
And they get really mad when you bring up like Stone Cold.
Yeah, we gotta argue with the old heads because they're still thinking that golden era is good. We have to argue with the new heads thinking that theirs is good. And it's gonna always be ours because
I was gonna say, here's what's great is that at the end we're right because our era was the greatest.
But then
money, drawing, ratings,
but to be
everything,
to be just quite fair, right? If we were never Attitude Era fans, okay, let's say we never watched it, we never knew anything about it,
and we just picked up wrestling now,
and we just picked up, and it was brand new, but they did the same thing today, the same bras and panties match, all that. They put it on fucking Comedy Central or something as the new Mad TV type shit. They have that as a segment. We would probably go, this shit's fucking trash. Today.
We probably would.
Yeah.
We probably like, what the fuck is this? But partially, I don't know because it would be so shocking now. And also, there's like talent involved. Like, could people nowadays pull off the shit that happened back in the Attitude Era? I don't think so.
It's also the good and nostalgia. Was it really good or was it nostalgia? Because there's some things I go back and watch where I remember it was fucking great because that's my memory. I rewatch it now, I go, ugh.
Give me an example.
Because I critique. For me, X-Pac was like that dude back in the day.
I always hated X-Pac though.
I watched him like
and it was kind of cringy.
I was like, oh my god, this shit's trash. Like nothing's connecting. Nothing looks. It's like
nothing looks real.
Yeah.
It's like fake karate.
Yeah,
yeah.
So that was like one. I can see if I have another one in my head. Even the Hurricane. Hurricane was a good. I'll say he was a legendary mid-card filler, but
it's funny because like,
and then The Rock. Most of his matches, if you look back at it, it's not.
He was an overselling.
Nowhere as close as how Young Rock will portray his. Yeah, my dad said I have to. Everything has to connect perfectly with the art.
No, he said that he had to sell real big.
Yeah, he sold. Some matches I see him, he's literally looking for the person backing up into to get suplex. It's like, god damn, that shit was bad. Like, if we're critiquing what's happening now, we have to have that same.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we can find little critiques, but the overall presentation, right? My thing is the talent that The Rock had to have to pull off, even though it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
Austin wasn't perfect. You know what I mean? But do you think there's any talent today that, let's say we didn't know The Rock, we didn't know the Attitude Era didn't exist, but they came up with the Mankind character? Who do you think could pull that off?
No,
Mankind was. I'm sorry to cut you off, but Mankind was supposed to fail. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But go ahead and what you were gonna say.
I forgot. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Okay, so
who could pull it? Who could pull off those characters?
The thing now with characters is a little different because these era of wrestlers don't have, hey, this is a character, do what you got to do with this character, this is what you say, this is what you do. They have this entitlement of having creative edge of whatever they say or do on a mic and whatever character they want to portray with whatever it is. If it was with the rules of back then of Attitude Era with wrestlers now, let's just say Bray Wyatt was alive, I'm pretty sure he could have pulled off Mankind if he had to be that character.
Hold on.
This character.
You forget though, Mankind was levels, multiple layers to him. It wasn't just his promo ability, wasn't just his character and acting ability. It was also his wrestling ability. As much as I loved Bray Wyatt, he didn't have it like Mankind did. He didn't take the risks that Mankind did. That was part of the reason why we loved him.
So you're talking about taking the risks as well?
I'm talking about
the whole package.
Every single piece of the puzzle that Mankind figured out. Who right now do you think could do that? Joe BNCO brought up Joe Gacy. Because Joe Gacy does have like a background of like death matches and shit like that.
Kevin Owens.
I don't know about the character side of it.
He would have been able to pull the character if he was told to do this character.
That's a hard one. I don't think so. Not Mankind. Fuck all the other characters.
I think he could.
I don't think he has the personality. He has a personality, but not that personality. To be deranged and fucking make you believe it. Joe Gacy has that. I don't know if on the Mankind level.
I think you just. I think because Joe Gacy's
hair out.
I think Joe Gacy's always dark already, so you could see it. I think that's not a light you've seen Kevin in, but if Kevin had to do it, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not seeing it. But it could be subjective. Yeah. I'm not seeing that one though. I could see almost Sami Zayn before Kevin pulling off a Mankind.
I'm also thinking body types.
I feel you. I feel you on the look.
Yeah, because you have to have the look, and Mick Foley was a big dude, so if you're going to perform like Mick Foley, you got to be the size of Mick Foley.
Let's just run through a couple names, and then we'll get out of here. Who could pull off an Undertaker gimmick and make that last 30 years today?
I believe Damian Priest could have.
Had they made him just be quiet and be a dead man. He has the presence and the look. I suppose, but
just had to shut up.
Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think that would last as long as The Undertaker did.
If The Undertaker came out the time Damian Priest did, he wouldn't last as long either.
Like, Undertaker came out now?
Yeah, it wouldn't last. If Undertaker was never made and Undertaker came out now, it wouldn't last.
Well, now he would come out with fucking the sides of his head shaved with fucking designs.
Because the blueprint, maybe because the blueprint has now been oversaturated with the quiet big man coming out and the manager talking for him. But a character like Undertaker now wouldn't slide. I just think that time and characters, it was just a good time, and he did embrace that character well enough to keep it going for that long.
Okay, since that's
and he also did take a break from the character.
Fair enough. He did, and then went to American Badass and all that. All right, let's go to something more realistic. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who could pull that off today?
A Stone Cold Steve Austin who could pull it off?
Who could pull that? I don't see that. I don't see a Rock or a Stone Cold on the roster.
I could see LA Knight pulling off Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Shave his hair, go down to him.
Just start whooping here. He already had a segment when he went down there and whooped everybody's ass in the ring.
You know what? I'm stupid. I'm thinking, LA Knight is the Austin Rock combination. Yeah. Because, sometimes you do hear when he talks, he does have like a little bit of that like Southern kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That alone
hey,
is.
Boy.
That he says alone sounds like he's trying to sound like
Yeah.
Because he'll say
Let me
something.
talk to you.
He says something like this and goes, "Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my Austin voice, some bitch. Yeah,
That's the what? Yeah.
yeah."
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. Which brings me to my point, and somebody promised my final point. I think we need to go like get some of the older guys. Wrestling needs to go a little older. Stop making it a young man's game. You need some grizzled kind of vets that have some experience that can say something on the mic.
They can say stuff on the mic, but I think they're still having a liability, bro. Old bones still wrestling. That could.
How old were, like, for instance, when Austin won the title, when the Austin era began? How old was he? He was like 28, right?
Yeah.
He's like a little older.
A little older, but not like 40, 50.
Half of these fucking guys are like 23, 21.
But you also have to understand the pillar has changed once Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar and Tyson Theory winning.
That was like a special breed, though.
Austin Theory.
The Cena class you're talking about, that was like a special breed, though. Brock was a special breed.
Orton was a special breed?
Yeah.
At that time to win the belt?
To be the youngest champion ever? I don't think they really had anything going on.
Was he the legend killer then?
That was pretty memorable, no?
Yeah, was he the legend killer by the time he won the belt? I
don't remember, to be honest. I feel like that was after.
Then
he was still like Pretty Boy Orton.
Then I don't get how he got his career began when he became the legend killer. When he started doing the RKO. Travis
says that there needs to be more wrestlers that look like men. And that's where I think I'm coming from, is like they don't look experienced. They look like pretty boys that just got out of college and now they're playing wrestler.
Well, like the only difference is the person that I'm going to compare them to was actually a technical wrestler.
If you say Dean Malenko, I'm throwing something at you. I'm throwing this fucking drink at you.
It's actually Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels at that time looked like that college boy twink.
Well, that's the debate I was having with what Hot Take. I think his name was Hot Takes Tuesday about Bret Hart. Mm-hmm. Is that all these wrestlers? Bret Hart kind of worked in his era because he was one of the only guys that was like that.
Yeah,
I'm going to be the technician. I'm going to be serious, but I'm the quintessential baby face, that whole thing.
Yeah.
That's why he stood out. Now, all of these wrestlers are emulating the same guy. It's either Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, or Eddie Guerrero.
And fun fact, he wasn't really technical. It was in that era, in that time where he was in his prime, everybody was like 75 to 100 pounds heavier than him.
Yes, he was like him and Shawn too.
Yeah, that's why him and Shawn threw the first Iron Man match.
Right.
Because they were twinks at that time.
Who else could do that?
Everybody was beefy.
Yeah,
Vince loved beefy. Still to this day would love beefy over anything.
Right. Well, kind of not in that era. All Shawn and Bret.
Well, yeah, they were
big.
They were starting to. Because Hogan was taking a rest.
Well, that was his his wrestlers, like his workhorses.
The workhorses,
yeah.
Everybody was on rest time or injury.
All right.
So they took over because they were too damn beefy.
Too damn beefy.
Some start dying off of steroids. Some going to jail.
Yeah. First ladder match. Shout out to Joe Biancio. Thank you. First ladder match, Bret and Shawn. Yeah. I think now all these wrestlers are emulating the same guys, and that's why, like, for instance, LA Knight stands out because he has the balls even to emulate the two top guys pretty much of all time, The Rock and Stone Cold.
Yeah.
These other guys are like, I'm gonna take the safe route. I'm gonna be Dean Malenko. I'm gonna be Chris Benoit, but we can't say his name.
I mean, Wow, this is gonna sound crazy, but with technical wrestling, it gives you a little bit more longevity on your career.
I don't think so. I think wrestling like a Hogan Cena style. Well, Cena takes a little more chances than even Hogan.
Hogan's style definitely fucked him up in the long run because it's
that leg drop.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Austin. Well, I guess his neck, but
that's not a aggressive walk. He does walk with a limp.
Austin.
Yeah.
Probably because of his back from dropping that stunner. All those. Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, Cody's not going to walk in a few years.
Hopefully. I'm kidding. I hope he doesn't fucking get paralyzed.
He's roused out.
Yeah, I just think there needs to be a little more, I hate to use this word, but diversity in who these wrestlers emulate. Because they're just, it's like, it's all looking like the same. It's homogenized.
Yeah.
How many Eddie Guerreros do we have on the fucking roster?
Well, maybe it's just coming to a time where that era where everybody was the beefy kind is being slowly replaced with everybody looking like twinks.
Sort of, but there are like certain people that I guess don't have that. Like, you know, Otis, Reed, Bronson, even Braun Breaker, Braun Strowman. Like they've got their big guys still.